Laura here today for Color Rush Studio, and I am sharing a layout using Darling Sparkle and Shine. That's the kit this month. And what I just showed you is I had already backed my daughter's photos, and I left a little extra on the bottom. Realized afterwards it wasn't enough really, but I wasn't gonna take the chance of pulling the adhesive off the back and, rolling my photos or anything. So I just left it the way it was. I kind of wanted them to look like little picture, like Polaroid picture frames and stuff, but it is what it is. I keep it the way it is, and I like the way it turns out, so it's okay. Here I am cutting some of my papers up, thinking that I am going to use this. I use a lot of this, but not the way it looks right now. I use these papers and everything. They just don't stay the way they are. I was trying to keep a lot more lighter colors and everything like that. I mean, this whole kit is beautiful, soft colors, and I do love that. I mean, yes, there's a little darker pink or a little bit of the darker blue, but really it's a soft, beautiful kit. And I was kind of trying to go that way, but I have the tendency to maybe add too much. I don't think so. Some people might think so, but anyways, this card, it was from one of the pieces of paper and it was a cut apart, and that little piece that I'm cutting out says Brave Beautiful. And I wanted to keep that part. I didn't want it just to go as a layer. So, and then I, of course, instead of ripping, I did my little wiggly cutting up the side there and then roughed it up a little more. Like I said, cutting that little piece out, you'll never know that I cut that piece out. So it's not a big deal. I'm very indecisive at the moment on how I want things to go and how I want them to look. I know that I want to use this pink plaid or gingham, I don't know what you would call it, on the layout, but I pushed it to the side because I wasn't sure. I'm a bit of a hoarder on this paper. I really did not want to cut this up, but you know what? It's beautiful, and that was the point of using it, is to put it on a layout and make something beautiful. So I did it. I cut it up, I sliced into it, I left it as a big chunk, but I used it. So I made sure to go ahead and get that on there, and I do keep this on there. And like I said, I was going to use some of that ribbon, and I do. I use that portion of the pink. It's just tucked in. It's not a ton of it showing, but it adds some texture, and it's pretty, and it's, I'm not huge on pink, but guess what? I really love this collection. So it's working well. I went ahead and tucked my last doily behind my photo there on the left-hand side. That's the last doily that came in this collection, or in this kit. I do have more in my stash and some from a past kit. But this card is also from one of the 12 by 12 sheets that came in the collection. But I cut it apart, and now I'm fussy cutting this out so it'll have that cute little tab at the top that's got the flower, and it's a really light pink. And so I'll use that to slide behind one of my photos as a layer. Sorry, I had to get a drink of coffee. Here are some fussy cut flowers that I had done. One day I just really was not in the mood to craft, but I wanted to play with pretty things. And so I went ahead and busted out one of the pieces of paper from the collection and the kit, and went ahead and just sat there and fussy cut a bunch of it out. So that's where that's from. That's where all these little flowers are from, actually, on this layout. I don't use a ton of flowers, just that one little cluster and then a few over to the right-hand side. I do. I was adding that over to the right-hand side because there was more on the left-hand side and underneath the photo. I can't talk today, apparently. Here I went ahead and glued the florals on the right-hand side to the bottom, onto that piece of paper. And then I glued my photos together so that they would stay where I want them to. And here I go with the wiggly cutting again, and then scuffing it up instead of ripping. I do this on pretty much all the papers on this kit, on this layout. I don't know why I keep doing that. I apologize. I really just farbling all over myself. But I went ahead and did that to this lined piece as well. And I'm going to go ahead and add some glue to the side of it and get it stuck down to that fabric piece, that fabric strip. And I'm just adding these back where I believe I want them to be and stuff like that on my layout. And I'm just sticking things down. I had tape behind the one on the photo. I am weird about having too much liquid adhesive behind my photos because sometimes it can warp them. Here I go to wiggly cutting again on the side of that big, beautiful blue piece. I love that cardstock. I could probably hoard that and keep it in my stash forever. But I used it finally. Here I'm going to go ahead and tape it down. And then I'm going to start adding everything on top of it. I really do. That paper's so pretty. Here, I'm going to go ahead and add this one as well. I wanted to make sure that that very back card came a little further off the blue floral because you can see that portion up at the top behind my photos when they are, when they're stuck down and everything. So I'm going to go ahead and add that. Here, I pulled out some of my fun foam. That way I could add it behind my photos and it would pop them up. And you don't see it, so it doesn't matter that it's orange. You never see it. So it works. And I like having that extra layer of paper behind there before I added more liquid adhesive to that. I did not adhere the foam down as of yet. And right here, like I keep wiggling that pink piece and then think I need to peel the backing off the tape again, but I don't. It's already there. So I go ahead and press it down. I move that doily around a little bit, add some glue, and stick it to where it's higher up on the top. That left it to where I could adjust the flowers a little more as well. And then I add my glue behind my photos. I do pick that one set of flowers up and put them over the side of my photo. Add a little glue underneath the florals, and that way they can still like rise up off the page a little bit. I did grab these stickers from my stash. It's just something that will go with the collection. It goes with the deeper pink that's in the collection. And I actually write out, "Don't forget to," with these little alphas. And then I actually pull the alphas from last month's kit and write "play" underneath, "Don't forget to." I just wanted, I was liking the gold. The foam thickers that are in this month's kit are gorgeous, but for me, I wanted that gold in here. And so I just went ahead and pulled those from last month's kit because I had enough of them, thankfully, to write "play." So I did. Here, I'm going to go ahead and stick my flowers back behind, the right-hand side of my photo. Just added a little glue to the back of them and tacked them down. Not much, really, honestly. I'm going to clean up some of my mess, see if I want to add some more. And I do choose to use that circle piece there. It says "smile." And then I find this number piece, and I go ahead and slide it underneath my photo as well. And I do keep it there. But I think that's about it. I find that little brave and beautiful piece that I'd cut out of the card that's behind my photos as a layer, and I add that down below "play." Of course, I rough up the edges of both of those, add a little bit of glue to the back of them, and then just place them down. Nothing too big or bad or anything like that. Here, I go ahead and cut these strips up, and I cut them to where I can go ahead and start sticking them down. And I do, because of the way I cut them apart, I can stick them down on my layout. But what I do, after a few minutes, one of them gets stuck on my finger, and I realize I can peel the entire back off of them so that you can't see that little bit of adhesive around it because they are in strips. And so what I do is I just go ahead and start pulling them off their backing completely, and I pull out my glue and just, put little drops of glue here and there on the layout so that I can just go ahead and stick them down because they're too cute. They're little pearls, and they're kind of like elegant and kind of the opposite of what my kids are. And that is not mean. I swear to God, my girls are tomboys and they love to be rough and tumble and they love to play. And so I still use cute little things on their layouts because you know what? A little while back, I scrapbooked a picture of one of my daughters building her mud pie, but she sure had her tiara on. So I love that I can do that with a lot of this stuff. So I'm going ahead. I do this with a lot of chipboard thickers. I don't know about anybody else. Yes, they stick well to a layout, but over time, I tend to see that they come off when I go back to check my albums or look through them or anything like that. So I tend to put liquid adhesive behind them now, and I have seen a much better quality of them staying. So that's why I do that. I went ahead and added that pink tab up top, add some more of the dark pink up top like there was below. Just kind of even it out. Here I'm pulling out my Prima watercolors. These are all metallic, and I am splattering gold just around the left-hand side. And that splattering of the gold finishes its layout for me. I really hope that you enjoyed this. Make sure to show some love to Color Rush Studio, like and subscribe so that you're notified when more videos are uploaded to the channel. And go check out the website as well. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.